Hi guys. So today we're gonna go over what talent builds I'm gonna be running in 10.05 for 3v3 and solo shuffle. So things have changed a little bit now that we have to use our healing surge and our healing wave a lot more since they got buffed in 10.05 and our Riptide got nerfed and our healing stream got nerfed. So I'm just gonna show you a few of the builds that I've been playing with, and I'm gonna tell you what matchups you're gonna want to use them in, etc. So this first build right here, this is the build that I play into casters. So this build right here, there's no lightning lasso, no thunderstorm. This is mostly just a full healing build. So in the full healing build, you're going to want to play talents such as Ever Rising Tide. I like Ever Rising Tide because since you're missing out on Lightning Lasso and Thunderstorm, you could use Ever Rising Tide on big goes on your team. When people are doing big goes on your team, you pop this. You lose mana when you do it because you don't gain mana when it's up, but it increases your haste and it also increases your healing done by 10%. I also like to use Ever Rising Tide on big goes when I have to purge a lot. Really good ability. Still playing deeply rooted elements in every build, ascendants, etc. In this build, I also like to play Lava Surge instead of Stormkeeper now, because I find that your Lava Burst actually does as much damage as your Stormkeeper. Because of how fast the game is, you're not going to have a lot of time to cast Lava Burst, but as long as you keep Flame Shocks up the entire game, you'll get a decent amount of procs to this. They hit really hard. They hit like 45k per Lava Burst now. It's really good. I also put 2 points in Deluge just for the extra healing for your healing surge and your healing wave. Really good. One of the newest talents that I'm actually playing is Flash Flood. So every single time you consume a tidal waves, the cast time of your next heal is reduced by 20%. This ability is insane, especially with precog when you juke a kick. So right here it says the cast time of your next healing wave or chain heal reduced by 20%, increases the crit chance of your healing surge. So watch, when you cast this right here, now you have tidal waves, so the cast time of your next heal is reduced by 20%. Look how fast your healing surge is. Watch this. So I would highly recommend playing Flash Flood. Totemic Focus, just so you have more duration on your Earth Grab. Earth Bind increases the radius of your totems. Really good cooldown. I like playing Call of the Elements too. Reduces the cooldown of your Totemic Recall. You're gonna want to use you're gonna want to use Call of the Elements every single time you drop your Earthern. You drop your Earthern totem, you reset it right away. You can do it every 2 minutes. It's really good. I recommend though, if you're going to be playing solo shuffle, instead of Call of the Elements, you're going to want to play with Creation Core, because the games with solo shuffle often don't even go 2 minutes long. So just switch that up for Creation Core. And yeah, that's the build. If you're facing a Shadow Priest or a Disc Priest, I recommend going out of Nature's Guardian fully, and I recommend switching that to Earth Elemental. Earth Elemental or this right here, Brimming with Life, I recommend. And so yeah, this will be the build that you're going to want to play against double caster comps and any team with a mage on it, because I find Lightning Lasso isn't very good versus mages just because they can blink stun. Not worth playing it against them. But yeah, this right here, really good build if you're not facing double melee or if you're not facing melee caster. Play this build also though if you're facing melee caster and there's a mage on the other team. I would recommend. Now we're gonna go to the build that I play when I'm facing melee caster without a mage on the team or double melee. So I like to play Stormkeeper. I don't play Stormkeeper. I like to play Lightning Lasso against teams with melee that don't have a mage on them. So you could switch Elemental Warding out depending on what you're facing. If you're facing two physicals, just switch this out. Put 2 points into Nature's Guardian. Thunderstorm and Lightning Lasso are very good against melee, mostly as a peel, honestly. I find right now Shaman healing can be quite weak, so the best peel is just a 5-second stun that you can put on the melee. Say a warrior pops Avatar, a Feral pops Incarn, a Ret pops Wings, you Lightning Lasso them. That's 5 seconds where you're not going to have to heal their damage. It's the best peel that you could possibly use, honestly. So this right here is the build that I would 100% recommend against any team that's double melee and any team that is melee caster that does not have a mage on it. I've been really liking Ever Rising Tide once again this patch because the games are so fast. It's pretty rare that you see a game go longer than 3 minutes, but in this build, say if you're having a little bit of trouble with mana, you can always take a point out of Ever Rising Tide, throw it into Resurgence. Pretty good, I would say. But if you're not having problems with your mana, Ever Rising Tide, always worth it. If you are having problems with your mana in a matchup, switch it to Resurgence. You'll notice a little bit of an increase in your mana. It's pretty good. And then I have one more build here. This is like the ultra healing build. This build right here, you get more healing than anything else. Plus it has a little bit of mana that you get back. Mana Spring Totem actually got buffed. You don't have to put it down anymore. It's a passive. So it makes it so your Lava Burst or Riptide cast restore 400 mana to you and 4 allies near you within 400 yards every single time that you Riptide. So it's actually pretty good. I find with this talent, Mana Spring, when you play it, you're going to want to play with Primal Tide Core. So this build right here, I also recommend for using against like rock comps. Like say you're facing a comp like Shadow Play, like Shadow Play or something with a UA lock or a Destro lock, a Shadow Priest. This build right here has some decent mana regen, plus has, I would say, the best healing out of any build that you could play currently. Not a lot of offense with this build, but a lot of healing with this build. So if you're having problems keeping your team up against something that's rotting your whole team, this is the build that you're going to want to play. 100%. Highly recommend it. Yeah, those are pretty much the 3 builds that I've mainly been playing with. I think eventually there might be some more builds that I'll be playing with, but currently these are the 3 main things that I'm playing with. And then I'll say one more thing. So a lot of people have been asking me, do I go full crit now? My answer is no, I would not go full crit. I would go a little bit more crit than you did before, but the thing is, if you go full crit and you have really low mastery, yes, you're going to be critting on your healing surges a lot with your 2-set. And then also with your tidal waves, because it increases the crit chance of your healing surge by 30%. Problem is, if you don't have mastery, you're going to be doing small crits. I find it's better to go for around, I don't know, 12 to 14% crit, the rest into mastery, and then around 3 to 4% haste, because I find when you play Shaman with really low haste, it feels pretty clunky. Your purging is going to be really slow. It's going to be hard to get casts off, especially now, since as an Arsham, to heal people, you actually have to cast Healing Surge quite a bit. So I would recommend go around 12 to 14% crit. This isn't right because I'm not in a PvP mode right now. It's a little bit higher in the arena. So 12 to 14% crit, I would say 3 to 5% haste, rest into mastery, try to have as much verse as you possibly can. I also recommend whenever you can to get the 4-set. I think the 4-set's going to be really good with Healing Surge, really good with Healing Wave once you get it, especially with the tidal waves proc. So yeah, that's pretty much what you're going to want to go for on Arsham right now for builds and what stats you're going to want to use. If you're facing a team that's not training you, I also recommend using the Insig trinket just for extra haste, since our haste is a little bit low, since we're going a lot of mastery, a lot of crit. But yeah, make sure to subscribe to the channel, make sure to follow the Twitch. I'm streaming full time now, so you can catch me 7 days a week, pretty much 8 hours a day. I start streaming like every morning at like 9 a.m. On weekends, I start streaming at around 3 p.m., a little bit later, because I don't like to stream during the AWC. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. I appreciate all the support. See ya.